is a round of the Princess Royal Challenge Cup, the women's single sculls, the elite women's single sculls. Kennedy of Canada on the left of your screen, Gourley of Australia on the right of your screen.
Great start from both of those scullers. And I think, again, their ability to get off the block so sharply, so cleanly, so quickly, and still so straight, I think, is very impressive from both of these scullers. And, you know, we're coming towards the end of the island, and I think we're set for a thrilling showdown, certainly in the opening stages of this race.
You're looking at two international rowers from opposite ends of the world, Canada versus Australia. These two athletes are well versed in racing on the big scene internationally. But right now, you're looking Schwanigan Lake School, Kennedy with those pink blades, which borrowed those, I think, from someone Leander, has taken a length over Gourley of Australia.
Yeah, certainly. You know, and I think for Shannon Kennedy in that Schwanigan Lake crew, it's what a pedigree. There's no surprise really to see her out in front at this point. You know, having raced internationally back in 2023 amongst other occasions, you know, performing well across World Cups and winning at Henley in previous occasions as well. So she knows these waters, familiar with these waters, and it's a stacked Princess Royal Challenge Cup crew, and she'll be looking to very much make herself one of the favourites for this cup.
But one thing we have seen at Henley Royal Regatta time after time is changes in pace in these single sculls. You're all by yourself. There's no coxswain to tell you. There's no other crew members to set the rhythm. It's all you. It's all in your head. A strong start there for Kennedy. She's been past the Forley, and she keep moving out. You can see how hard it is to row in this water. You can see these are experienced international athletes. You can look at the pleasure boats going along the side. They create a bit of wash, a little bit of bubble. It's not an easy race to go down. Well, Gourley has kept that gap to a length, and I think she's actually closing up right now on the Canadian.
Yeah, she is. I mean, that middle section of the race, you know, when you move away from the course just out into the middle of the river ever so slightly, it's just, it does strange things out there on the water. Strange things happen, but this has been a really impressive middle of the race from Laura Gourley, the 23-year-old, coming right back into contention, sitting at about half a length back. And, you know, in single sculls racing, you know, she's moving at this point, and I think it could just be a few strokes, a few big strokes, and then that's her back right up there in the mix with Shannon Kennedy. But this has the makings of an absolute Henley classic.
Well, Gourley, the Olympian from Paris, she was in the women's quad there. She didn't think this race was over, and she's absolutely dropped the hammer and squeezed up to half a length. The single sculls, I called it, anything can happen. Has she got another gear to go?
We'll find. I think it's been a lot of work to get ourselves back in contention through the middle stages of this race. And, you know, if you're sitting there as Shannon Kennedy just watching on, just waiting and waiting to make your move, and I think we're starting to see that step on now from Shannon Kennedy. Now we've had that initial response from Laura Gourley, what Shannon Kennedy got to come back with. But, you know, I think she's taken the rating up ever so slightly, but Laura Gourley is just attacking and attacking and attacking. You know, she's rating higher, striking higher, and it's working for her at the moment. But you imagine Shannon Kennedy has probably got a few gears up her sleeve as we come into the closing stages.
The Friday of the Princess Royal Challenge Cup, this international women's singles field. Gourley has been down, there's been clear water between her and Kennedy, but right now she's got a couple hundred meters to keep moving. The lactate in her legs for that change is going to be kicking in, but she's moving stroke by stroke, bow ball to bow ball. Has she got an extra half a length in those legs, or can Kennedy absorb it? This is an absolute nail-biter.
This is an absolute belter of finish between these two scullers, because Laura Gourley is still moving, still advancing. She's got a lot of work to do. She's been slowing down her progress, I think, in the past 100, 200 metres or so. We're seeing a bit more power, a bit more effort through the strokes from Shannon Kennedy in the middle stages. But Laura Gourley is still going. What are we at now? About a third of a length, still moving. And I think we've just found another gear, another step on from Laura Gourley in these closing stages. Jess, this is an absolute belter.
Gourley is going. She is going. And look at this. She's eating up Kennedy. I think Kennedy's ran out. Her head just dropped. She broke her and she moved her. We've seen this time and time again at Henley Royal Regatta. This one-on-one race. What an incredible race for Gourley of Australia. She got a sniff of the Schwanigan Lake rower, and she's absolutely broken. What an absolute display of incredibly strong women out here on this course. A win for Gourley of Australia in the most spectacular way over Kennedy of Canada. Wow, what an unbelievable finish there. I said it, there's a headwind today. It's a long race. She rode through her, and in the closing stages, no answer from the Canadian rower. Head is slinked into the boat because she knows she had that race. She was up, she looked so strong. But this is what happens with these international crews. They know it's not over till it's over. And look at this, she was still winning with 100 meters to go. And Gourley just absolutely cranked it up and broke Kennedy in what a way. Her head's down, she knows this one-on-one race was over. There was no silver medal to race for. And it's the weekend and a Saturday race for Gourley of Australia.